Matter exercise number 3 and 4 80-40 words at the rate 100 word per minute. स्टूडेंट्स आपको अगर आपको हमारी एक्सरसाइज हमारी डिक्टेशन आपको पसंद आते हैं तो वीडियो को लाइक करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. Be ready? Start. It may be stated that in the complaint filed under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, hereafter referred to as the Act, the petitioner number 1, who is the husband of the complainant, has been directed to provide an alternative accommodation to the victim complainant of the same level as being enjoyed or pay rent for the same. He has also been restrained from renouncing his rights in the shared household. The petitioner number 1 has further been directed to make the payment of rupees 2000 per month for a period of 9 years and 1 month prior to the order, which comes to rupees 2,18,000 medical expenses at the rate rupees 200 per month for the same period, which comes to rupees 21,800, and to make the payment of compensation of rupees 50,000 for mental injury. And he has been further directed to make the payment of rupees 6,000 per month towards the food, clothing, medication, etc. from the date of filing of the case. All the petitioners have been directed to make the payment of rupees 10,000 each as compensation to the victim complainant under section 22 of the act, and they were also refrained from restraining the complainant from continued access to her personal effects in the shared household. The petitioners number 1 has also been directed to make the payment of 50% of the arrears of rupees 6,000 per month from May 2009 till July 2010 within a period of 2 months, and the rest arrear amount and other amounts within a period of 6 months in 3 installments. In view of the fact that it was found by the trial court that the complainant was residing outside her matrimonial house, shared household, and as there was no evidence against which the respondents be restrained from committing domestic violence, she was not found entitled to any relief under Section 18 of the Act. The record shows that the complainant opposite party number 2 filed the complainant case before the Chief Judicial Magistrate Dhanbad, which was numbered as CP case number 754 of 2009 under the provisions of the Act. According to the complainant's case, she was married to the petitioner number 1 Rakesh Sachdeva as per Hindu customs on 21st to 1985, and thereafter she came to reside in the joint family house of her husband at Dhanbad. In the year 1986, the elder brother of the husband, which Ramesh Sachdeva, came from Punjab along with his family and started living in the same house, and thereafter the trouble of the complainant lady began. It is alleged that she was being subjected to mental agony by calling her as a barren lady by the family members, except her husband, as she had not been given birth to any child. Subsequently, the complainant, along with her husband, was shifted to the outhouse to avoid the regular unruly scenes. The younger brother of the husband of the complainant was married in the year 1988, and in the same year they were blessed with a daughter, and thereafter a agony of the complainant further increased for not having given birth to any child despite the marriage having taken place more than 3 years ago. She was always asked to stay away from the family functions, festivals, and ceremonies, and when such cruelty to the complainant further increased, the petitioner number one husband brought the complainant to her brother's house on the pretext that her absence from the house would ease the situation and with a promise to take her back as soon as the situation normalized. She was, however, never taken back to her matrimonial home except for a short period when her mother in law died in the year 2002, when she had visited her matrimonial home. Again, the petitioners continued casting aspersions against her being a barren lady, and she was again brought at her brother's house. It was further alleged that while staying at her brother's house, she had taken up a job of a teacher in a local school, but there also she became a subject of talk between the teachers due to her disturbed matrimonial life, which forced her to leave her job due to mental and social stigma. All of a sudden, the complainant learned that the petitioner number one had filed a title matrimonial suit bearing number 102 of 2006 against the complainant for divorce on the ground of cruelty and desertion. Stop. Claiming that the complainant also perceived that her husband may alienate his share of the joint family property in order to deprive her of her share in the same, and stating that she had no means to maintain herself, whereas her husband was having a lucrative business of supplying earth moving machinery to BCCL and its sister concerns. The complainant was filed seeking protection under the Act. Upon notice, the petitioners appeared in the court below and they filed their written statement from which it appears that the marriage between the parties is an admitted that. Stop.